Hey guys, it's Hype here, this time with another video on the Atelier Ryza games. The Atelier Ryza games are some of my most favorite JRPGs, and in this video, I have 8 reasons why these games are worth your time. With the release of Ryza 3, I thought I'd make a video introducing this series of games. So this video is for those who don't know much about these games, or for those who wonder what the hype is all about. So with all that said, let's just jump right into it. Believe it or not, Ryza's thighs are a big selling point for the series. Here's a footage of a video from Noisy Pixel comparing her thighs across all 3 games, which you can see have actually gotten more thick in the newer games. Ryza wears short shorts as part of her main outfit, and the short shorts really show off her thighs. She's definitely very attractive, and I really like her character design. She is the reason why the Atelier Ryza series are the most successful games in the Atelier franchise. And here's one of the infamous suspect scenes of Ryza crawling through tight spaces. Another reason to play the Atelier Ryza series is the high quality cel-shaded art style. The art style is very anime, with a lot of bright colors in the environments. I really like everyone's character designs and outfits, and the game just has the kind of art style that I enjoy in my games. I like my games to have a more lighthearted tone, and this type of art style is the reason why I mainly enjoy JRPGs. The art style is further strengthened by the modern graphics and production value, making these games feel close to AAA games. The storyline of the Atelier Ryza games are very character driven. If you don't like the main cast in the game, most likely you aren't going to like the storyline at all. So it's a good thing the main cast are all very likable characters. These slice of life cutscenes and dialogue really make you get to know each of the characters. The best part is by playing all the games in the series, you get to see all the characters grow and mature over time. Ryza becomes competent in her alchemy skills, and she becomes good at proving alchemy is useful to everyone around her. Tao becomes more brave and manly, and even starts to enjoy going out on adventures. Lent becomes a very strong warrior, known for his great fighting power. Claudia becomes great at giving the rest of the cast emotional support. Even Boss Brunin gets really good character growth. At first, he is kind of an asshole to Ryza and her friends, and was always against Ryza's alchemy skills. But eventually, Boss warms up and becomes friends to Ryza's group, and he eventually supports Ryza's alchemy because it helped him at important times. The storyline is more based on slice of life and the characters more than any sort of grand plot about saving the world. Like I mentioned before, the storyline is very character driven. The enjoyment of the storyline is learning about the daily lives of all the characters, seeing them grow, and seeing them interact with one another. There's lots of lighthearted moments, with some moments and scenes that are more serious in tone and emotion. I prefer more lighthearted games, so the storyline is definitely something I enjoy. All the cutscenes have full voice acting, but be aware that only Japanese voice acting is available. The laid-back storyline is one of the elements that give this game a very relaxing feel. It's the type of game where you can sit down and relax to after a long day of work. The alchemy system in the Ryza games have been streamlined and made easier to get into than past Atelier games. It was still somewhat hard to get into if you've never played Atelier games before and you're starting with Ryza 1. But the newer Ryza games have made a big difference, easing new players into the Alchemy with better tutorials. The more I learned about how Alchemy works, the more I enjoyed the game. I always loved character progression, gearing, and making my characters stronger in RPGs. There's just something very addicting to gathering materials and crafting better gear. The more I understood the Alchemy, the more I want to keep playing to craft the strongest gear. And I also loved how Alchemy is used for other things like exploration and consumable items. The combat is another part of the game where it was somewhat hard to get into, but the more I got used to it, the more I enjoyed it. So the Ryza games use an active time combat system rather than being true turn-based combat like past Atelier games. I started from Ryza 1, which is somewhat harder to get into with the combat. But once again, the newer games do a better job of easing new players to the gameplay with better tutorials and more streamlined features. At first, I didn't like the active time battle system, but once you learn how to get AP, how to use AP, how to break monsters, how to do action orders, and when to use items, the combat gets a lot better. And how well you do in combat largely depends on the alchemy part of the game, because that's how you get better gear. And the combat music and attack animations are all top-notch. And every character has their own unique playstyle, making each character fun in their own unique way. The Ryza games have a lot in terms of endgame content and DLC. The games have several difficulties, including easy, normal, and hard. The very hard, charismatic, and legend difficulties come with being the game once. All the games have a new game plus mode. So the endgame content includes optional bosses, and you can always try getting items of 999 quality. There's also plenty of DLC for each game. There's lots of DLC outfits that let you customize the look of each character. There's lots of beach outfits if you like swimsuits. There's also skins for a lot of the weapons. There's lots of extra storyline episodes that feature different characters as the focus. There's DLC like the Secret Solitary Island in Ryza 1 that have extra areas where you can gather unique materials, but the enemies in those areas are stronger. These areas can be thought of as the optional endgame areas. I myself bought Atelier Ryza 1 and 2 with the season passes when the games were on sale on Steam, so I suggest people to do the same if they want to get into these games. The best part of the Atelier Ryza series is that the games removed the most hated time limit mechanic of other Atelier games. The time limit really made past Atelier games hard to get into. You had to read a guide to really understand how to beat the games within the time limit and get the best endings. So the time limit was an outdated mechanic. When the Ryza games removed the time limit, that made the games much easier to get into. The Ryza games feel more like other JRPGs, and you can enjoy the game at your own pace and don't have to worry about rushing through the game. There you have it, those are my top 8 reasons for playing the Ryza games. Everything mentioned here is what make these games so special and unique from any other game out there. And a lot of these reasons can apply to other Atelier games as well. I do plan on having more videos on the other Atelier games and let you know my thoughts on them. Overall, the laid back and cheerful vibe and tone of these games are the reasons why I play them, as well as the addictive gameplay and likable characters. So if you like this video, please click on the like and subscribe button. It helps out my channel, and it helps me put out more content such as this video. And expect more content on the Atelier Ryza games soon. My name is Hype Train, I'm signing out, and I'll see you next time.